big raps on North Melbourne this year. Best start to the year of their lifetime, and we've got a man here who's playing some great football, and all-Australian contender in my books. He was in Matthew Lloyd's Australia-made all-Australian team earlier on the Sunday Footy Show. Robbie Tarrant, welcome to Future Stars, mate, and what a season it's been so far. Yeah,
thanks for having me. Look, it's we're obviously built a base that you know, we can build on hopefully in the back half of the year, and yeah, it's a good feeling around the club at the minute.
Friday night was a good result against the Tigers. A lot of people were wondering how you'd come back after the loss to Sydney. You had that great start to the year. Sydney sort of set you on your haunches last week, but the answer was emphatic on Friday night.
Yeah, it was. We were really disappointed with probably more the effort against Sydney, and you know, we come out and I think the first 15 minutes of Friday night's game was really impressive, and you know, I think our midfield really led the way there. I think you know, Andrew Swallow, Zeeble, Wells were all really good. So you know, if we bring that pressure each week, we should be okay.
Robbie, we were just talking about Jacob Wiedering, one of the new kids into the system with intercept marking. You seem to be one of the premier ones in the competition now. You've been doing a bit of work over that the last few years, or how have you got to this stage?
Yeah, I've sort of been doing a little bit, but I think I've learned off, you know, Scotty Thompson, who's, you know, really good at intercepting, Michael Ferrito, Sammy Wright. So we've got players in our side that, you know, can intercept the ball, and Lockie Hansen in the VFL at the minute's probably one of the best in the league. So, you know, just learning off them and, you know, adapting to playing in defence is yeah, going okay.
You're adapting very quickly. I mean, your form has been absolutely outstanding. 10-1, does it give you the opportunity in the back half of the year? And I know it's a coaching and match committee decision, but do you think it does give you the opportunity for a couple of blokes who are maybe a bit sore just to have a rest for a week? We saw the last game last year, you were able to rest guys leading into a finals campaign. Does it give you that luxury?
Oh, I think it gives you the luxury of, on the weekend, you know, Goldie was, you know, touch and go, and he came out, and then Majak came in and played a role for us, and probably gives you that sort of, you know, if someone's not 100%, well, yeah, they can miss. But we've got great confidence with the boys in the VFL that when they're going to come in, they're going to play a role for the side. And we saw that with Majak, Mason Wood on the weekend. And I'm sure blokes in the VFL will get their opportunity and take it over the, you know, coming weeks.
Now, you spoke about the back half and some of those intercept players that you're alongside of. I would suggest that if we went back 18 months ago, people were questioning the North Melbourne defence marginally. I think that's really tightened up now, and that you guys are working as a defensive unit so well together.
Yeah, we're building, you know, great trust within the defensive group, and to be honest, it's just the pressure that the forwards and the midfields is putting on for us, and you know, they've really lifted that this year, and it makes our job a little bit easier.
Player, you talk about their defensive structures at the moment. I'll ask both of you. We had Sam Doherty on from the Blues before on the Sunday Footy Show. He talked about the 1.5 method. So, I mean, you're playing on your man, but you're keeping an eye on somebody else's man. I think the Kangaroos do that just as well as anybody. Geelong are probably the best at it, but you guys have probably modelled yourself on that Geelong mould, and when you need to get off your man, I think you guys do it very well.
Yeah, we haven't actually looked at Geelong, but I think all of our players are really keen to come over and support in the air, and you know, even our smalls and mid defenders are you know, are really capable in the air as well. So when you have those blokes who are willing and able to support in the air, it makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, Robbie, some of the youngsters coming through, of course, Luke McDonald down back with you, but a guy like Mason Wood, tell us about their progress over the course of this year.
Well, yeah, Luke McDonald's, I think he's had a really good year. He's played on some really good players and really nullified their influence, and you know, he's only going to get better. He's still really young, and Mason Wood's, you know, come in, I think this is his second game or third game of the year. He had that, you know, nasty concussion a few weeks ago, and he's come in and he's just got elite endurance, and yeah, he's taken his opportunity on the weekend. I thought he played really well. So, yeah, another bloke that's come in and make it tough for the match committee to drop him.
Majak Daw, he's a very good teammate of yours. He played really well the other night, but does he go out for Goldie to come back in, or can he keep his spot? Because I thought he was outstanding the other night.
Yeah, he was really good, and he adds a bit of X factor in there. He certainly does things that you know, most people can't do. So his pressure around the football is elite, especially his tackling pressure. So yeah, he was really good on Friday night.
Robbie, you had a few injuries early on in your career. Was it 4 shoulders?
Yeah, 4 shoulders, mate. So yeah, before I played my first game, I had a few injuries, and I guess yeah, it just sort of set me back a fair bit.
They're pretty big injuries. How'd you mentally overcome that and be able to throw yourself into the contest again?
I I had a really good support network around me. You know, the physios, the club, you know, the players. You know, they were all really supportive. And you know, we were saying just before, it probably takes a lot longer than what you think to get over those injuries. And you know, even though you can play, you know, 3 months post a shoulder up, it probably does take that 12 months to get full confidence back into your body. So. You know, hopefully that's all behind me now. The club's got, you know, a great injury prevention system in place, and I've got really good confidence in the physios and that my body will be right.
Well, Isaac, I'll tell you how well he's going. He's in Matthew Lloyd's Australian-made All-Australian team at the halfway point of the year. He went into that team today, so he's in there at full-back. Some damn good names in there. I did question him as to why there was not I. Smith in there. I said, look, Isaac Smith has to be in there, but definitely Robbie Tarrant. On the back of some really good performances. You played on the very best. Tex Walker in round one. You played on Buddy Franklin. We're going to have a look at a couple of highlights of those. I mean, two very different players, but I'd imagine on any given day they can rip the game apart.
Yeah, they've both got that, you know, the massive presence as a key forward, and I think that's the biggest thing, that they demand the ball, and, you know, obviously both super players. And
a question from Twitter from a guy called Joel. What's it like to be the best Tarrant that's ever played the game?
I don't think so. I think, you know, Chris has played 270-odd games and an All-Australian himself, and, you know, I'm a long way off that.
It was an absolute question. This is dead set. Who has the bigger biceps, yourself or your brother Chris?
Yeah, I'll give him that one as well, but he spends a little bit more time on him than me, so, yeah.
Well, what about Buddy? How do you play him? Do you play him from front? We saw James Frawley play Jesse Hogan from the front yesterday. What's the best way to play this man? Or is there a best way?
Oh, the best way is probably, you know, keep the football away from him, really. You know, he's taking contested marks, and, you know, he's so quick on the lead, you know, and then he's back in the contest before you know it, so... yeah, look, I think, you know, I had great support that game from the other defenders, and, you know, he still had, you know, 6 or 7 shots. So, yeah, is there a way? I'm not too sure. Probably get the ball away from him.